So I like to think that I am in the business of helping out new truck drivers. And if I did not mention this trucking channel on YouTube, I would be doing you a disservice. All right. Now, head over to Advanced Truck Backing. Now, I've never met the guy. I just discovered him yesterday and I've watched all his videos and they are very well done. They are really, really well done. He knows what he's talking about. Definitely knows more about truck driving more than I do. His use of cameras and use of everything is brilliant. Is brilliant. I eventually down the line would like to work with him and making my videos better, and maybe we'll do some collaboration. But anyway, I have spoke to him. He asked me to give his channel a bit of a shout out, and I am more than happy to do so. So please head over to Advanced Truck Backing. Make sure you subscribe and ring that bell to make sure you get notified of his. And you know what? Do the same for my channel too if you have not. All right, subscribe. Anyway, all right, let's get back to my video. So I want you to look at these three images, all right, A, B, and C. Now, I want you to, I know obviously you can't answer this question because you can't talk to me, but I want you to guess which one of these images, which one of these trucks or slash trailers are running parallel to this line here, okay? Now, let's talk about it for a second before I give you the answer, all right? Now, this one kind of looks off. You know, as you can see, it seems to be, pointing over this way. This one looks pretty good, you know. But if you look at this line here, this line is definitely parallel to this trailer. All right, so it may be C, but you know, you got to take something into consideration. You got to take depth perception into it. All right. Now, if you were looking straight down on the vehicle, you could definitely tell what's going on. All right, but you're looking in a mirror. All right, now let's go ahead and just jump to the next image. This would be the view from the other mirror. So this is taken from image A. As you can see, well, it looks pretty the same as the other one, but opposite. This one definitely isn't parallel anymore, and this one is for sure not parallel. All right, so what's the answer? Well, the answer is A, the one that actually looked the worst. All right, let's go back again. A lot of people, when they're backing up, they will look in one mirror. All right, you need to look in both mirrors. Otherwise, this is what you're going to end up looking like. All right, because when you look in the other mirror, that's what it looks like. As you can see, definitely parallel, not parallel, and even worse again. All right, so when you are backing up, basically when you're looking in your mirrors, they need to be a mirror image of each other. Okay, as you can see, I'm not centered in between the lines here. So this distance and this distance need to be identical if you want it to be center. Again, there's some wiggle room allowed when you're backing up into a dock. You don't have to be 100% straight. But as you can see here, if you were looking in your mirror and this is what you saw, you're not parallel. And you're definitely not parallel if this is. Now, if you are exactly on the line, then yes, you may want it to look like this because basically that's what you wanted. All right. Sometimes the lines are not wide and you nearly need to be completely on both of the lines. And that is fine. Chances are you will be perfectly parallel. Because a lot of people, when they're backing up to docks, the right side will be up against the dock plate, but the left side is not. So again, this is what you need it to look like. So we're going to go ahead and try that out in American Truck Simulator here. This is the space we're going in. As you can see, we have two lines. Trailers are all dead center. Very good. Let's just back it in and see how it works out. And at one point, I will be blocking off the right-hand mirror, just so you kind of like... just so you can't see it until we get to it. Anyway, so we're setting up. We're getting nice and close to this truck. And because if you don't, you're going to overshoot this space, but whatever. All right, keep an eye on the right hand mirror for now, just to make sure that we're not going to be hitting the curb. All right, we're going to go ahead and start chasing roughly around now. All right, go back to a little bit of a jackknife. And now I'm going to be in just a few seconds before the truck actually gets straightened up, I will block off the right hand mirror so you can't see it, just so we can have a little conversation. All right, now, do you think, by looking at this, are we parallel? Okay, are we centered? You know, you can pretty much tell that we're not centered because of the where the bumper is right there. We kind of like, in order to know you're in the space centered, if you don't see the bumper on both sides, well, that's a good indication that you're dead center. All right, or at least somewhat center. As you can see, we are not center. We are quite off, and we are not a parallel. So we need to get ourselves parallel. So we don't have quite a lot of room. Let's go ahead and not jump that curb too much. Now I've went ahead and extended the mirrors just so you can get a better look. It's kind of blurry, but at least they're a little closer to each other, so you don't have to completely move your head too much depending on what side of the screen you're looking at. All right, now I don't think we're going to be center, but we might be parallel. I don't know. It's kind of tough to see because the reason why it's tough to see is because we're not center. If there can never be a mirror image until we're actually center. All right, we got some more adjusting to do here. So let's go a little left, back all the way to the right, and back to the left again. All right, and we're pretty center here now. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, but now are we going to be lined up perfectly with the dock? That is the question. All right, so you basically got to look left and look right to make sure that you're seeing a bit of a mirror image. Now, this is the top view of it, and it's not quite. It's passable, very passable. I don't think anybody will really complain about it. But let's go ahead and actually let's see if we can get ourselves center, or at least perfectly 90 degrees to the building. All right, there's a little bit of a balancing act going on here, but I do believe it is somewhat a mirror image. It looks like I'm a bit too far over. Let's take a look. But according to this, it looks like I'm center. Well, I hope this video has helped you out somewhat, and maybe has answered a few questions for you and why you are never perfectly lined up with the dock. It's because you're looking in one mirror. You need to be looking in both mirrors, and presuming that you are parking in between two lines, because a lot of places are cheap and they don't want to put in perfect two lines right next to each other. This is just kind of saves them on money. Well, I hope you learned something. I have gotten many emails or comments asking me to make a video like this, and because they're just so curious on why they can never be perfectly lined up against the dock. Well, this is the answer. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment, and all that good stuff. Take care. Bye-bye.